Hello, viewers. Today is January 1st, 2025. First of all, I'd like to wish you all a very happy, healthy, and a prosperous 2025. Today, the topic that I would like to talk about is Musk versus MAGA, the current war of words between Elon Musk and his group on the one hand, and the MAGA supporters on the other hand, about this about this issue of foreign-born workers in the field of engineering and technology specifically. So it all started off when Donald Trump appointed Sriram Krishnan, an Indian-born venture capitalist, to the key position of an AI chief policy advisor to the Trump administration. And as soon as he appointed Sriram Krishnan, Lala Rumer, who is basically a Trump supporter and a hardcore MAGA supporter as well, came out and said that this goes against the Trump agenda. And she even said that Sriram Krishnan is somebody that has in the past advocated for the removal of the per country quota on the green cards per year. So she said that this is not someone that we support, and this is not someone that should take up that job. So then Elon Musk came out and said that we as a country should go ahead and try to hire the best talent possible wherever they are. And then Vivek Ramaswamy came out and said that the reason that we are not able to produce enough qualified engineers is not because of our low IQ, but because of our culture. And he went on to say that our culture basically celebrates mediocrity over excellence. And then he gave an example as a culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champion, and a jock over a jock over a valedictorian is not going to produce good qualified engineers. And he said that's why our culture is responsible for not having enough focus and impact on the STEM education. So this has created a firestorm in the MAGA supporters world, and they came out and said that this is not true. How can you go against the American culture? And we have American culture has produced so many scientists and whatnot, and they gave several examples. But what had happened was this whole dialogue after a while turned into some kind of hateful language against a particular group. And Steve Bannon came out. He's another MAGA supporter who has got a huge microphone. He has his own podcast. He worked for Trump in Trump 1.2 administration as a chief policy advisor. And he came out and said that the H-1B visa is a scam, and that's a program that these high-tech companies are using to bring in these foreign-born workers. And then he went on to say that we should not support this H-1B program. It should be completely eliminated. And he even called Elon Musk a toddler. Then Stephen Miller, who has just been appointed as the Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy in the Trump 2.2 administration, he came out and said that we are going to follow through on our plan to deport illegal immigrants from this country. But not only that, we are also going to look at illegal immigration. And he specifically said in the past that he would like to deport all the H-1B employees in this country. And not only he will deport them, he has also said that he would make sure that they don't come back into the country for 10 more years. So he is saying that he is also going to have a very hardline stance on immigration. So the MAGA supporters, on the one hand, are actually fighting with Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy on the other. Elon Musk then came back and said that I am going to go out on an all-out war to preserve the option of hiring qualified workers, qualified engineers wherever they are, and I'm willing to fight for it, is what Elon Musk has said. So now let's look at what Trump had said. For a couple of days, he was quiet. He did not respond to any of these messages that are going back and forth in the social media. But then he came out and said that he supports the H-1B program, and he supports the foreign born workers to get employed here. So in this particular instance, he has said this, so that is fine. But Trump has been all over the map on this issue. If you go back and look at his record, on one day he will come and say that he is for the H-1B program. And in fact, under one particular scenario in front of the CEOs of high-tech companies, he just came out and said that not only I am in favor of the H-1B program, but I would like to give green cards to anyone who has graduated with a master's degree or a PhD in the United States. But he just did that just to please the crowd there. He didn't think about the repercussions because he doesn't think about policies, because he doesn't understand that it's not as simple as that. You cannot give green cards to anybody who finishes a master's degree in the United States. It's not practically feasible because there are only fixed number of visas per year, and Congress makes that policy, and the president cannot just like that do that. And Congress, any Congress for that matter, is going to increase the number of green cards available per year. In fact, they are not even willing to remove the per country quota that Sri Ramakrishnan wanted the Congress to remove. They are not even willing to do that. And I have been monitoring this for the last 25, 30 years, and that has not happened. So Trump just want to please certain crowd, he will say something. And then there are certain instances where in front of a huge, hardcore mega crowd, he had said that American workers first, America first, and I'm going to give jobs only to the Americans, and I'm going to eliminate the H-1B program. So he himself is all over the map. Him personally, he has hired people in Mar-a-Lago. In fact, he has used the H-1B program very sparingly, but he has used H-2A and H-2B visas for his own purpose. H-2A visa is only for people like gardeners and housekeepers and whatnot. And H-2B visas is for actually agricultural workers. Last I checked, Trump does not own any agricultural land. So I don't know how he was able to get the H-2B visas for his company. Nevertheless, what I'm trying to say is that there is a large amount of hypocrisy in this particular issue when you look at both Donald Trump and also Musk and Vivek. I'll tell you why. Vivek is now talking about the STEM education. So why he did not talk about this during the campaign, whether it is Trump or Musk or Vivek, did they realize the importance of STEM just after winning the election? Why they did not at least highlight the importance of STEM in one of their campaign speeches? If you go back and look at those campaign speeches, none. They never talked about how we need to create more engineers. We need to emphasize on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which is what STEM stands for. They did not have a single campaign speech talking about that. And moreover, these are the same people who did not raise a single voice when some of these governors, Republican governors, wanted to actually teach intelligent design, also known as creationism, as opposed to evolution. So there were efforts made in Florida, for instance, Kansas, and other Bible states, where they said that we don't want to teach evolution. We want to teach only intelligent design, which is creationism. So I would like to ask Vivek and Elon Musk, is this a sort of education that you are looking for in the United States? How can he come and blame the American culture when the party that you're supporting is actually supporting creationism over evolution? Musk is trying to colonize Mars. But if you're going to teach people creationism, how are you going to create the next generation of scientists and engineers who are going to work for your goal towards colonizing Mars? So these are the questions that I would like to ask Musk and Vivek. So the long and short, what I'm trying to say is, like, you reap what you sow, and you are getting the taste of your own medicine from the MAGA supporters. I happen to believe that STEM is very important. I happen to think that Musk is right on this issue. But why were you not focusing on that during the campaign? You have been jumping around during the campaign rallies in front of this huge MAGA crowd. Why you did not tell them that it's high time that we start focusing back on science, technology, engineering, and math? You did not raise your voice then. Similarly, Vivek Ramaswamy, you did not raise your voice in favor of STEM before. So you guys are focusing on a divisive rhetoric during the campaign. For instance, look at what they did when they talked about the people from the Caribbean nation of Haiti. They said that these people are eating pets. They created a false narrative, which turned out to be completely false. But they were promoting that narrative. They did not talk about STEM. They talked about illegal immigration. They talked about they don't care if the child is separated from the parents. They are going to deport. Those are the inhumane campaign rhetoric that they have propagated throughout their whole campaign and also throughout their platform called X. So now you cannot come back and try to have an, try to come back and say that you are outraged by these MAGA supporters when you talk about this hiring of foreign-born workers. So you just basically live by the sword and die by the sword. And this is what is happening right now. So what has happened right now is not just this dialogue about whether you hire a foreign-born worker who is an engineer, who is highly qualified or not. Now it has got degenerated into some kind of a divisive rhetoric against these people who are getting these kind of visas and these kind of green cards, specifically the South Asians, because the Indians and Chinese are the major recipients of the H-1B visas as well as the green cards based on the employment category. So the rhetoric has degenerated into some kind of hateful rhetoric and racist rhetoric against these people. This is what I had warned and cautioned people about in this same platform during my program 6 months ago. I said that it's a slippery slope. Today, they are going against this particular group, be it a ban, a travel ban for Muslims, be it calling Hispanics as rapists, murderers, which is what Trump did during 2016, during his first campaign speech. Some of these groups who are getting affected now are the same group that they said, no, don't worry about it. He's not talking about us. We are fine. It is okay for him to talk about that. And I said that that's a slippery slope. And now the same people are getting worried because they are affected now. I warned about this. This was bound to happen. They will go against this particular group at that point, but eventually they will come towards you too. That's what happens. When you have a hateful, divisive rhetoric against one group, they will not stop with that group. We have seen that multiple times. They will slowly migrate to the another group and they eventually get to you, which is what is happening right now. I am pointing it out that you cannot be hypocritical about this. You should call out when they were actually having this divisive rhetoric against one particular group. You should say that that is wrong, and that is humanly wrong. You have to treat everybody as a human being. That is more important. So now what has happened is they have this hateful language. And coming back to this, the reason why big corporations are hiring these foreign-bound engineers or not is due to the fact that we are living in a different world. Globalization is a reality. You cannot stick on to that parochialism anymore. The big corporations from the United States, they want to expand their business. They want to sell their products and services across the world. That is the new economic order, new world economic order. So they have to sell their products and services across the world. So if they have to sell those products across the world, they also realize that they need to hire the people from all over the world. If they are not able to hire in their own country, then they are willing to go and open their companies' branches in the other parts of the world. For instance, in Brazil, India, China, Taiwan, Singapore, and even in the Middle East. So that's what the big corporations will do, because now that you are selling your products and services across the world, you need to basically look at it from that angle. So I would not blame them for it. So they are going to do this. They are not going to look at it on a very insular, in a very insular way, and they are going to look to hire people from anywhere in the world. So what I am trying to say is You cannot just let that say that I am going to hire only the locals for this particular job. I am going to do only this in this modern world. And also, you cannot use race or you cannot use ethnicity or a skin color to divide people. And once you start dividing people, it's a slippery slope, as I mentioned to you before. So the long and short of this is I want Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to think about what they did and the kind of monster that they had created in the last 6 months with their hateful rhetoric. Now it is coming back to bite them. And they had to realize that and they had to make amends for it. And I hope Elon Musk, with all his money, can at least make amends by creating a campaign for STEM and spend his money where his mouth is. And both Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk can go and fight for STEM education right from the primary school level across all the states in the United States of America. That way, at least they can produce the best and the brightest next generation of engineers within the country. If they truly want to do that, they should focus on that instead of talking about the culture, instead of blaming the culture for it. They should spend their money and tell those Republican governors not to go against science and not to go against scientific advancements. And that is what they should do. So that's going to be my final thought about this topic. But before I go, I'd like to go with this one final thing. I would say multiple times, again and again, I know it's a very important thing that everybody needs to know. Injustice anywhere to anyone is a threat to justice for everyone, everywhere. So you have to look at that. So let us, on this day, first day of the year 2025, let us reassert our commitment to fight against division, bigotry, discrimination, against ethnicity, race, skin color, religion, language, caste, creed, food habits, whatever it is. Let's reassert our commitment to fight against these divisive forces, no matter what. Let's not sit quiet if our group is not affected and just say it's okay. Let's try to reassert our commitment to fight against injustice wherever it happens. And I will continue to do so through this platform. That's it for me today. I will come back to you with another episode soon. Till then, take care.